So much talk these days seems to be about accessibility and mass appeal. Apparently nobody passed along word to the folks that work on Monster Hunter, since this game is just as hardcore as ever. This latest version of Capcom's action RPG franchise is exclusive to Nintendo's Wii, and happens to be the best looking and most playable version of the game to date. Though this game is part role-playing game, there really isn't much story to speak of. There's a gigantic sea creature attacking a fishing village, and as a new hunter, you're tasked with bringing it down. Aside from that, most of the dialogue you'll have with non-player characters standing around town has to do with buying gear and selecting new kill quests. This isn't a game you play to hear an interesting tale. It's more about complex, engrossing gameplay and addictive armor and weapon upgrade systems. Monster Hunter Tri is the prettiest Monster Hunter title released outside of Japan so far, with some striking environmental backdrops and cool armor designs. By killing beasts, you'll collect components to build detailed new armor sets and weapons. It's one thing to look at a spreadsheet and read about how powerful a weapon is, but it's another to simply look at it and instinctively understand it'll slash apart whatever it touches. That's the way of things in this game, which makes getting new gear more satisfying and worthy of pursuit. During combat, you'll also be treated to some great enemy designs. The game's most powerful monsters are enormous, and smooth animations add a touch of authenticity to the conflicts. One annoying bit is you still have to deal with extensive loading times when crossing between areas in the game's various hunting zones. It can be distracting, but it doesn't severely affect the experience. There is a definite learning curve you'll need to overcome with Monster Hunter Tri, but it's worth it. Monsters are aggressive and very challenging to bring down, meaning you'll need to pay close attention to their behavior. When a Barroth charges or Rathalos spits a ball of fire, you're going to need to be ready. The upside of this high degree of difficulty is that it's much more rewarding when you're successful. Victories feel like more of a direct result of your skill and planning instead of an eventuality. To beat down your enemies, you'll need to take advantage of the game's wide range of weaponry. The new Switch Axe can swap between axe and sword forms at the click of a button, which changes up the type of damage it deals, as well as how its combos link together. The fighting system takes skill to master, so without close attention to detail and proper timing of dodging, attacking, and blocking, you might find yourself failing the game's challenges. You'll also need careful planning as you consider what you bring with you into battle, as things like number of health potions and whetstones can be the difference between life and death. In that sense, it's easy to see how a game like this can frustrate and scare people off. Added in Tri are underwater swimming sections in addition to the fighting on land. Here you'll need to deal with moving up and down in addition to your regular concerns, and it's pulled off fairly well, though you can still find yourself getting disoriented occasionally. This can be problematic against some of the larger sea monsters. And let's not forget about the expansive online component of the game, though you can spend plenty of time offline in solo missions. If you choose to go online at any time, you can join up with others and take down monsters in 4-person parties. You'll also find more vendors and options for customization online, and the social interaction systems and WeSpeak support show Capcom really cares about making this an experience that people stick around for. If you know Monster Hunter already, you have a pretty good idea of what you're getting with Tri. It's a challenging game that requires a lot of patience, planning, and skill to succeed, but those willing to put in the time will find it's an experience that provides the kinds of thrills, depth, and satisfaction few others can offer. For the full written review, head over to IGN.com.